with the culture? Because I'm in love with the culture, you know. I'm in love with this thing called hip hop, this thing of ours. Like, are you in love with the culture of hip hop? And if so, when did you fall in love?
I'm very in love with hip hop. It runs deep in my family. You know what I'm saying? It's hereditary. My aunt sing, my dad played the piano, doo-wop, front of the flame, all that type stuff. So it's always been a part of me. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a part of my brothers too, but I'm letting them speak for themselves.
Like, I'm definitely in love with the culture. Why? Because and I fell in love with the culture when I realized it was speaking for my struggle. You know what I'm saying? And like growing up, you know what I'm saying, things is bad or whatever, and they talking about your struggle in first person. It makes it relatable, and not only that, it makes you a part of it. So once that happens, it's like a love for you. You want to know more about it. You want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And as we doing right now, we trying to, you know what I'm saying, etch our name into it. So
piggyback off what he was saying, you know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's a for me, it's like, you know, hip hop was like like our own civil rights movement, you know what I'm saying? In our time, you know what I mean?
Wow.
You know, because we young, so we ain't get to witness that, you know, in the 60s and whatnot, you know what I mean? And what they say in hip-hop, what they speak about, it resonates to us and where we from and where we speak, eat, sleep, breathe, you know what I mean? They closed the door on us. This wasn't supposed to be where it is right now, you know what I mean? And, you know, it started from nothing, man, you know what I mean? From the dust and the cracks in New York. You know, there was a time in hip-hop where they didn't even think, you know, a record would be recorded, or they thought you was whack for recording a record, you know what I mean? It was a what you want to call it? A myth, you know what I mean? If they heard somebody recorded a record, you know what I mean? So it's just a testament to black people, man, making something from nothing, you know what I mean? And we watched our mothers do that, you know what I mean? Our uncles, aunts, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just it's always been embedded, you know. And me personally, I was raised by a 70s baby, you know what I mean? So I was brought up in a house by somebody that grew up dead in the birth of hip hop, you know what I mean? So it was always in my crib, you know.
Oh, that's dope. So you guys are hip hop babies, right?
Right.
And it's dope to hear you guys talk about the culture of it. You know, do you think that there's a difference between the culture of it and the music? You know, because hip hop to me is the culture, right? And it's hip hop is talked about the way that I was taught the hip hop.
Right.
We talked about it through its elements, which actually
Absolutely.
push along the culture of it.
Right,
but there's still rap music.
Right.
So do you consider yourselves hip hop artists or rappers or both? And what's the difference between the culture of hip hop and the art of rap music?
The culture to me is us growing up from where we came up young, listening to music, like, you know, Big Pun, all them, Jay-Z, everybody. We listening to everybody trying to come up or trying to emulate what they was doing as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? It's different, but to me, like, the music now is just like everybody's calling it a vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not lyrics or nothing like that no more, like. And we come from that lyric thing. Like, we want y'all to hear the words we speaking, like, not just the flow we doing or not just the beat we hearing. Or, you know, like, we want y'all to understand that we come from the essence of this hip-hop. And y'all gonna know.
That's tough.
right, basically the culture is your dress, your speech, you walk and talk it, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. Like, it's everything, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like it's probably not. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different to how it used to be. So what we doing is we bringing the culture with music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you know, they pretty much said everything. Like, I feel like hip hop itself, like you said, is like a way of life. You know what I mean? It's a way you talk, walk, everything. You know what I mean? Rap music, you got some people that's just in it for the entertainment. You know, they trying to make their check. You know what I'm saying? They probably can't tell you who a Kool Moe D is. You know what I'm saying? A Rob Bass. They don't know who the fuck Kool Herc is. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's necessary, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really about what you rapping about, you know what I mean? Because to me, hip hop was always versatility too, you know what I mean? You had Lords of the Underground, you know what I mean? And you had Buster, you had Poor Righteous Teachings, you had Missy, you had Redman. It went a million ways, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, you got people that's just in it, you know what I mean, for the gimmick or, you know, for the moment, you know what I'm saying, and don't have no knowledge of history. And I feel like that's what separates the culture and just the entertainment of it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where it begins, because when you know where it came from and what it took to get here and how you could even have an opportunity to be here, you know what I mean, it'll change your perspective on it, you know what I mean?
You know what? That's interesting that you speak of the history of it, right?
Right.
How important is it for any artist, new artist, or a person to get involved in anything? I just believe if you're a plumber, you want to know who's the best plumber in that city, that town, that state,
Absolutely.
that community, that business that
Absolutely.
you're in. So how important is it for you as three artists, as a group, as one collective, ODM, to know the history of the culture of hip hop that you are in?